Right, let's cut straight to the chase and talk about how to reverse engineer your goals as an online service business owner and not make the mistakes that most people make when doing these calculations, because we all like to do closer maths, and it just really doesn't work out how most people think. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to do it properly so that you don't make those mistakes. So if you don't know me already, my name is Reuben Shears. I have an online funnel building agency that I'm kind of building and scaling in public in these daily update videos. This is number 59, and I intend on giving you as much value as possible in this video and every video to come. I'm probably going to do 100, and then after 100, I'll have a nice kind of portfolio of content that people can watch, and I'll drop it to probably weekly and increase the quality of the videos. That's probably the plan, so that I can focus on the biggest levers in my business. But anyway, into the video. So let's say we have an example goal of 30K a month, because if you're not at 30K a month right now, it's probably a good kind of thing to envision. That will change your life, at least from the current point that you're at. What we're going to do is reverse engineer that goal. In order to hit 30K a month, we need to charge a certain amount for our services, ideally in the mid to high ticket range. If you're charging low ticket, it's never going to happen. You're going to have to charge, you're going to have to get thousands and thousands of customers, which we don't want to do. That's not the idea. So we want to charge in the range of like 3 to 10K. So for this example, we're going to talk about charging £5,000, right? And the natural inclination at this point is to go, okay, I'm charging 5K. All I have to do is get 6 clients to make 30K a month. That's not true. And that's why the maths breaks down like completely for people, and they never hit this goal when they do that, because that isn't true at all. What actually happens is 50% of the time, you're going to be paid £5,000, the amount fully up front. And we all know that actually 50% of the time, for this example, to keep it like relatively simple, some people might split pay it, right? They're actually going to pay 2,500 up front and then the next 2,500 in a month's time, which means that the average here is actually 5,000 add 2,500 over 2, which is £3,750. That's the actual average cash collected in your online service business at that point, which means instead of dividing 30 by 5,000 here, we actually divide it by 3,750. So that's what we're going to do. So 30 over 3,750 is 8. So that's 8 clients that we need to sign in a single month to hit that goal of 30K a month on this package, right? In order to sign 8 clients, you need to have a certain percentage close rate as a percentage of the book calls that you're taking. So let's say we actually get a 30% close rate, which would be in KPI. If you're getting higher than that, great. Use that as a number. Use whatever your close rate is right now in order to estimate these numbers. I'm going to use 30% for this example to demonstrate my point. So in order to know the amount of qualified shown calls that we're going to take, we're just going to do 8 divided by 0.3, which is 26.6 recurring, which is approximately 27. That's how many calls we need shown up that we have the ability to close on. Then we need a show rate, right? Which ideally, again, KPI is actually above 75%. Mine might be like 80% or even 90% due to my funnels. I think at the moment it's like 88. But for this example, we'll use 0.8 for numerical purposes. So 80% show rate to those calls is, so 27 divided by 0.8 is 33.3 recurring calls that you're going to have to book in. Now, what happens here is you have to decide, okay, am I doing cold outreach to get those calls? Am I doing ads to get those calls, or whatever? And that's going to dictate the metrics that you have to reverse engineer from there. So let's use ads for an example. The average cost per book call in our industry, the kind of agency or info space, is around $200 per book call. So what we do is just times 33.3 recurring by 200, and then you realize that you have to spend approximately 6.67K to get that amount of book calls and ultimately make 30K a month, providing everything is in KPI. Now, what you might find is some of these metrics are broken, and that's why you don't hit this number, but at least you know that that's the reason. Because I know if I have 6.67K ad spend, I have an 80% show rate and a 30% close rate, and I 50% of the time have people paying in full and 50% of the time having people split into 2 payments, then I am going to make 30K a month. That's how you reverse engineer it, and that's how you actually make money, right? So for my goal, I've done this today in a more complex manner, I guess, with my exact KPIs for individual things in ads and cold outreach. And I now know how to hit 50,000 a month. And I came to a horrible realization that my current service is basically too cheap that we're selling in the DMs for ads. So I need to increase that and deliver more value so I can charge more. That's the idea for that. That's my main lever that I need to pull. So I hope that helps. Like, that is how you do it. That's how you reverse engineer basically the income you want to hit for your business. So you can do this for if you want to hit 300K a month or whatever, it still applies. And you actually probably have even more data to know whether these numbers are accurate or not, because I'm just pulling these out of thin air at the moment for you guys. Like, my close rate's higher than this, my show rate's higher than this, so I can actually get away with like spending less to make the same amount of 30K a month. Therefore, my return on investment is even higher. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I've explained that well or not, but for someone, this is going to be valuable. Someone, even if it's one person, like, I'll be happy with that. So to finish off the video today, what we're going to do is we're going to do what we do in every single video, which is check the growth on YouTube and the growth on LinkedIn, which I have just taken a mental note of. So we've got 144 subscribers on YouTube, so that's 3 gained in the last 24 hours. If that was you, welcome to the channel. Do watch some of the other videos. I think you'll get some value from them. You can see my growth over time now from when I started on August the 3rd. So like I say, almost 60 videos in, and we've gained over 110 subscribers, which is nice. And LinkedIn is growing very consistently as well. I really do want to cross the 10,000 mark on that. I don't know why. It doesn't actually mean anything. But yeah, if you want to watch another one of these videos, then you can watch it on the screen. We knocked my mic on the screen here, and I will catch you in the next one.